showtime.
OnlySlabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's me, Rob, Great Wall of Comics. We're here. You're here. It's OnlySlabs. And with me, as always, my man, my brother from another mother, a guy who rocks the bald head almost as good as me. But he's a little hippie today. Yeah, I can see almost enough scruff that I could grab a hold of.
That's true.
Yeah. Chris, the
It's
comic
true.
vet, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm okay. I'm glad to be here. I know we've been talking about this for a little bit. I'm very excited about our guest. I know I may say that every week, but I legitimately am, because I know that our guest is a big Captain America fan, much like myself. I've been watching him and his brother do YouTube for the better part of 2 to 3 years, or at least a little bit that I've been paying attention to YouTube. So I am very excited about our guest.
Well, would you like to introduce him?
Yeah, let's do this. So I've had the opportunity to be on a live stream thanks to Wheelchair Superhero 87 once before with this cool cat. It is my pleasure to introduce Dustin from Two Brothers Comics. My
What's
man
going on,
D, how
fellas?
you doing?
All right, how y'all?
Welcome to the show. Happy to have you here with us.
Yeah, man.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I'll complete the trifecta for you guys.
Yes, sir.
I
Here we
bald is a choice for me. I have a full head of
Well-
hair, but I disdain all of it. So
I say mine is an elective procedure, even if there is a lack of styling options.
It's funny. I can grow hair almost everywhere else except for the one spot that I need it.
Right. Well, I mean, I do have styling options. I mean, I could do the Picard. I could do the Bruce Willis. The late years Sean Connery. Those are all
Grasshopper.
styling options available to me. But instead, I choose to rock the Sinead O'Connor.
hey,
It's just-
bald guys are
Nothing
always
compares
better
to you,
looking. That's all I
man.
know.
Thank you very much, Chris. That's right. All right, let's my goodness, the chat is bumping. Let's of course remind everybody, don't forget OnlySlabs is nominated for 2 comic book community awards. We really appreciate you guys for nominating us, but damn it, not being nominated is just not good enough for us here at OnlySlabs. We want to win. So please go ahead and make sure you at some point go to cbcsaward.org and vote. Go through there. There's lists of everybody. Go ahead and consider everyone. But at the end of the day, you know where to vote. Just saying. All right. It's that time of the day.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
Well, I see Les Crucius from New Mexico. Jean from up in Canada. Shop for Comics. How you doing? I don't remember. I'm not going to go through everybody's that. Chris from Retro Rockets up also in Canada. Man, our Canadian contingent is growing. It's like Chris is bringing that heat. That's what I'm saying.
There's like 12 of us up here, so I'm going to try and get at least half.
Well, I think you're doing pretty damn well. Chop and drop. How are you doing? Yes, it is slabbing time. Let's see. Wheelchair Superhero, welcome. Hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you, Kyle. Justin Birch is here to make sure that everything is lined up and visible and readable and legible. There you go. Look at that. House of Slaughter. Very good. That was nice. But Kenneth, of course, supporting everybody. We really appreciate all the support that you give everybody. Cat Fan Comics Man. He's made it. He's here to win some more because he hasn't won enough books lately. Brian LCS. Thank you for the stack of pancakes this morning. When I joined the breakfast, I West Coast breakfast a little bit late towards the end of the show, but what are you going to do? Like 1 or 2 days a week, I get to sleep in. Jason, how you doing? Never could figure it out. Trev, of course, I saw he won over on Brian LCS, so I'm sure he's here to pick up some more wins. The good man, Gary B, thank you very much. Tyler, they're showing us exactly how he came to just watch himself. He probably actually has already left. He watched the countdown. And then after that, he's out of here. T-Dubs, the king of all nerds. How you doing there, sir? Mad Spidey up at 4 something in the morning, but he is here, bringing in the Australian contingency. $20 says Rob isn't wearing pants. Well, it depends upon what you define as pants. I do wear shorts all the time. So if you're talking about long pants, then you're right. $20 you win. Congratulations. Let's see, Trevor, Brian, LCS, everyone's saying hello to everybody. James, Willie, more Canadians. Thank you very much. It's all of our bases belong to them now. Mr. Beckerman, there we go. The community hunter. We appreciate you there. Oh, last week's big winner, the immortal Biggie Shaq, when he pulled that mystery slab and ended up walking with a Submariner 7 slabbed. Congratulations there, sir.
Nice.
Two Bros Nick, he's here just for my mustache, not for his brother, though. That's good. That's good. That seems about right. That's about how my brother would react as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Stephen C., welcome. Comics and death metal.
What's up, Ryan? I must have sent in the wrong link.
My wife is all about that. Let's see. Man Cave Comics is here. Greetings. Thank you very much, Sir Doc.
Oh, man.
What's up, Doc?
And flipping
I'll
through
be talking
here.
about him later.
Yeah, good. All right. And Black Swamp Comics. Thank you. I think I got everybody now. I really appreciate y'all coming on out. If I missed anybody, I apologize, but that concludes our romper room bit. Let's just get into some books. I say we're here to. That's what everyone's here to see, not really to look at my mustache or talk about how beautiful bald heads are, but instead they want to talk about comics. So let's go ahead and switch this up here. Make sure, guys, follow Two Brothers Comics on Instagram, and also check out their Linktree. Also, their YouTube channel is linked directly down below in the comments, so you can follow them as well and see what kind of content they're putting out there all the time. But let's get right into it. Dustin, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's just show us something, or
All
would
right.
you like to first talk about? Let's first tell us about Two Brothers Comics.
So Nick and I got into comics at different times, but neither one of us got into comic books until we were already adults, by age at least. Anyway, I had gotten into comics around the end of 2018, and Nick had jumped in just a little beforehand. And I had walked into his room and saw he had them hanging on his wall, and I'm like, "What is this?" It's like because he moved. So we're both from Georgia. He moved to Alabama for a job. So I walk in, I was like, dude, you've been out here for a year away from me and you turn into a nerd. Like, what is going on here? Because we've always been into sports and athletes and stuff. So this was just, I was like, where did you even find comic books? That I didn't even think that they even printed those things anymore. So we just kind of started talking, and the first set of books I'm going to show, kind of a little in my origin. I saw something that piqued my interest on Instagram, and when I looked into it, I found out it was in a comic book, and then I was like, oh man, so I got to go find a comic book to read to figure out what this character is. And from there, Nick and I both just found a real enjoyment in comic books with the help of his local comic shop owner, Josh, over at Haven Comics. And the YouTube channel just became a thing where we were talking back and forth several times a week about stuff we were reading for hours. And we just decided, hey, let's just, Nick was like, let's do a YouTube channel. And it was just something we've been able to do to keep that long distance relationship a little stronger, and be able to have some fun with the hobby that we both fell in love with. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And
all right,
I was checking out Nick on Instagram today. Looks like he's at the beach. So yeah. Nick, while you're hanging out in the chat, I don't know, man, but enjoy the beach.
All right, well, let's get into some books. Let's get into that hot, sexy slabbing action.
All right. Is my microphone loud enough? You guys can hear me?
Oh,
okay?
you're gold, baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you big.
All right, cool. Have you guys seen like the small slabs before? Like the smaller miniature slabs on Instagram? Like they'll do like Captain America 1 and stuff like that.
You're talking about like the keychain slabs?
Kind of like that. Well, I don't have any of those, but I've got these guys here, and I'm just kidding. Totally kidding.
Rob was
I grabbed those out of my kids' room. But I'm gonna. Oh,
PTSD is real, folks. Real.
the first half of this is going to be about stuff that I am extremely nostalgic for. I am a 90s kid through and through to the bone. And the first thing I want to start out with is my Turtles. I've always been a huge Turtles fan. So Nick actually bought me this Raw for my birthday several years ago. It's signed by Eastman on the inside, and one of the best wraparound covers to me on the planet. So you got the Raphael #1, you got the Turtles #4, which the second print was the actual cover they used for the Nintendo video game.
Wow.
We got #3. These are all first prints and 9.4. Another wraparound cover.
Awesome.
Was that one like the first appearance of somebody? Isn't that one, or am I? I'm not a big Turtles guy, so I don't know.
So this one, you get the kind of like the beginning of the party bus kind of deal. April Can. That one, but this one does have an extremely rare variant. It's called the layered white variant. So if you see Laird's Photoshop here up in behind the bus, there's a misprint where that is like extremely white. Like you can definitely tell like that whole sign is almost white. Then we have issue #2, which is the first appearance of Baxter Stockman and the Mousers. And there's second prints of these. And outside of opening the book, a good way to tell if it's a first or second print is this bottom corner right here. If it is black, it is a second print. If it's white like that, the little triangle at the bottom, then you know it's a first print. So that's something a lot of people don't know. I actually learned that from my buddy.
Hopefully the CGC graders know that.
Oh yeah. I would hope so. It says it on the inside of the book, so. But
no, but I meant as far as that the white is supposed to be there, as opposed to them giving you a ding on the grade. I always worry, especially like anything that's modern right now with all their new graders. Anything that's got fake distress or something else like where it's intention, where it's like that's just the way that the cover art went, but it looks like it could in a first quick glance. I get nervous right now. I'm like, oh,
are they going to catch it?
Do they understand?
That's right, Biggie. This is also the first appearance of April O'Neil. I forgot to mention that.
Nice.
All right, so we went Raphael 1, we went issue 4, issue 3, issue 2. So that only leaves issue
122.
Oh. Issue 1, which I don't have graded yet. I do have it, but it's not graded yet. But I do have a 9.8 of the Ash Can for the last Ronin, which was extremely hard to get. Hard to get your hands on regardless, but the 9.8, because these things were they're impossible to keep. And
it would have been great if when they flipped it around, it had been the reverse image instead. So you were looking at the front instead of the same image front and back. Yeah, it would have just been really amazing if you'd flipped it around. It was like from the front view.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah. They should have let you handle that. That makes a lot more sense.
D, one more time. Can you show that RAF book one more time? I think that RAF book might be the first time it's been on OnlySlabs. I know that this book was one of the hottest books during the COVID bubble.
Yep.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Would you mind reading what's on the right side of that blue label?
Yeah. First Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles spinoff and first appearance of Casey Jones.
Yeah, it's a big book. Big book. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Was Casey Jones coming down the track?
Clear the track.
Yeah. I'd love to have a second copy in the same grade to display next to this one to show the back cover, because it's just fantastic too. I almost like the back cover more than the front, but all right. So I said earlier that there was something I saw on Instagram that really sparked my interest, and I found out it was in a comic book. And that was a Power Rangers character, because that was huge when I was a kid. And it was an evil Power Ranger that the Green Ranger and White Ranger in a different world. And I had no idea what it was. But when I looked it up, I got into those Power Ranger books super hard. And some of the coolest ones from that collection or from that series have been these Goni Montez helmet covers. So you got the Red Ranger there. And, of course, the Green Ranger, which is obviously the best. And then this book was the first AOK I got since we started. So
like that
like
White
I said,
Ranger
we're gonna go through some nostalgic stuff in the beginning, and then we're gonna
Right.
get into some monsters at the end. I
It's
promise.
it's not all about the most amazing books in the world. It's about the what stuff you enjoy there, Justin.
Yeah,
We put up with all your X-Men. I mean, geez.
yeah. Come on,
That's
dude.
I really enjoy that white cover. I gotta admit, that is fantastic.
Yeah, so I had ordered a copy of this off of a Facebook group, and I did a live stream. I had it pre-scheduled that I was opening a Grail book because at that time this book was like a $600 9.8, and I had a
Wow.
raw copy coming that was supposed to be a 9.8 candidate, and I was so excited. So we get on the live stream, and I open it up, and it has been packed like garbage and was destroyed.
Oh,
And
no.
watching that show was Comic Man Andy, who I guess somehow he had some eBay bucks or stuff. I don't know. He bought me a 9.8 copy and sent it to me though. So that was
Wow.
He's a
the
good dude.
first AOK I'd gotten from anyone in this group, and it was so cool. All right, 3 more in this category, and we'll move on to something that you guys might like a little more. This is Power Rangers Saga issue number 2, and it's a 9.8. This is basically the storyline from the show that brought the Green Ranger into the show. And it's very, very hard to find a copy of this in good shape. There's only a couple 9.8s out there. I actually found this copy raw at Heroes Con this year for like $10. I pressed it and cleaned it and got a 9.8, so I was super happy.
D, who's the publisher for that series?
This is going to be Hamilton Comics. They did all the first Power Ranger stuff, and later on you got some in Marvel. Image did one, and I think that's it.
Well, Boom now, right? But
yeah, and Boom, that's right. Yeah,
right.
And of course, the first solo title, issue number 1 of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which a lot of people say, you'll hear people claim this be the first appearance of the Power Rangers, which is not correct. Actually, it's actually this book, which is a super, super ghost book. I bought this at Heroes Con, never saw it before in my entire life. And there was no way I was going to walk away from it because I'll know I'll never see another copy in person again. But this is the first published Mighty Morphin Power Rangers anything in the United States in this Super Sentai issue number 2. Super, super expensive book. And I actually am going to crack that book and get it regraded because it definitely has some pressable defects.
Very nice.
I hear that. I'm not a Power Rangers guy, but I've heard that book mentioned many times by many of the Power Ranger community guys. So
those
very impressive.
Those helmet covers too. It's incredible the amount of collectors that are working on that set, and that how that set is actually got a spin-off set into different things. But it's those books have shown up here before, but they are very cool. I really like the white one myself.
Goni did a great job with those for sure, and
Yep.
They've gotten to be something that has been homaged, several times. Even in the Power Rangers series, they ended up doing like a whole foil set of of all the originals. So it was super
the
cool.
Power Ranger Turtle crossover ones.
Yep. Yeah, I bought all those at one point too. What's up, Dan? So moving on from Power Rangers to something that I love probably more than Power Rangers, and that is my Mortal Kombat collection. And I hold a lot of pride in this because I have the #1 Mortal Kombat collection as far as comics go on the planet. There's no one that is breathing on this planet that can even touch what I have.
I didn't even know there was a Mortal Kombat comic. So there you go.
Yeah, when I found out that there was Comics and Death Metal is in the chat, I found him on Facebook, and we ended up making a deal, and we became good friends afterwards. But some of these I actually purchased from him raw, and I have them all, and I'm working on putting together an entire 9.8 run of every book ever printed for Mortal Kombat. So
that is an incredible cover. My God, that takes me way back.
Yeah,
that is
I
incredible. Just like the first video game. That is awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
And I've got the video game character screen on the back of this shirt is actually there. And that was what I saw when I saw that. That's what I thought of. And
I'm going to ask a dumb question.
Okay.
If you're that into Mortal Kombat, in your house, do you have a stand-up arcade of it somewhere? Yes. There you go. Okay. I just want to make sure.
He's
Right
genuine,
next to
Rob.
my
He checks
right-
out.
right next to my scorpion standout cutout.
Fair enough. He's legit, folks. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Give me-
Next up, you have the gold foil issue number 1. When I got this back from CGC, like I said, I'm looking to put together an entire 9/8 set. I was extremely aggravated because I have like 6 copies of this and they all have a crease on them. And it being a foil and embossed cover, the creases are super hard to get out.
Hell. Sorry.
No problem. This book has gotten super pricey. I found it at Heroes Con. I paid like $100 for it because I knew it would hit a 9/8. And when I get it back from CGC, I got the 9/8. But if you look right there next to the number 1,
Oh yeah.
they put a dadgum crease in it. And I was
Oh,
like, okay, I
boy.
got the 9/8, but it's not really a 9/8. So do I just let it go and be okay with it? And I decided that's going to be a placeholder until I get another one.
Yeah. Dustin, what's the year release for that one? I'm
These are all 1994 so far.
okay, because Rob and I often make the joke that the 90s are the foil age, but yeah, so that's right in the middle of it. Yeah.
Yep, there's one more of the foils coming too. So here is the A cover, which is just the classic dragon first issue collector's item. Everything then was, and I actually got to meet the guy not too long ago that designed the dragon logo and the original, this whole entire artwork. He designed it for the video game, so that was pretty cool.
Now all I do is I'm hearing the KMFDM music from the movie in my head right now during all this. It's like I just wish I could stream it.
So this one was this book is extremely hard to find as well. I found this from searching the hashtag Mortal Kombat comics on Instagram like 3 years ago. Found a copy, paid like $25 for it, and now you can't get it for anywhere close to that. It's like over $100, I think, raw. But it was part of our first ever CGC submission ever. And this was the book that I was worried more about than any of them hitting a 9/8. So it's the exact same thing pretty much as this cover, but you've got the hologram with the flames in the back.
That is incredible.
And at the time I got this was the only 9.8 on the census. And since then, there's definitely been more. But I absolutely, this is absolutely one of my favorite books for sure in the collection.
Wow.
And I've shown this one recently. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the infamous 9.2 book that has become pretty much infamous with me, that I finally got to a 9.8, and this was like a preview before the game came out. So this predates the video game, and a lot of people are unaware of of how awesome this specific copy is, because this copy here is not like all the other ones you're going to find when you Google, when you look on eBay, when you look anywhere. They're going to say collector's edition here, and they're going to have a $3 price tag over there. Those were mail-ins that you got from beating the game. This was actually an insert inside of a video game magazine, which is much, much more rare. There's a 9.8 for sale of the other one for like $6,000 the guys got on it. But this book here is 1,000 times more rare than that one. Everything's the exact same except for not having the collector's edition on there. But if there was a fire in the house and I could only take one book with me, this is the one I'm taking 100%.
D, who's the publisher for that one?
So this is just Midway.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. That's incredible.
Yeah, the artwork on it, I mean, it just is absolutely beautiful. I love the way that everybody is drawn, and it's great. Love it. All right, we're almost through the 90s, man.
Rob's going down a wormhole.
We're almost through the nostalgic stuff and getting into the stuff that probably more people want to see. I did promise a few people Pokemon, though. So obviously, as a 90s kid, Pokemon was huge, especially on the Game Boy games. We loved the Game Boy games, and we also had the TV show. So there's comic books that came out that follow the same characters as the TV show. But a lot of people don't realize that there's comics that came out that were actually adaptations of the characters in the video games too. And this is actually adapted from the manga And I think there's only 2 9.8s out there, and this one right here is one of them. So I was super jacked whenever I got this one. It was just something I just had to have when I saw it. So, and one more Pokemon book, and I promise no more Pokemon. This
It's all right.
here-
I sent Tyler a Pokemon book. He just has to assemble it. It was torn to shreds, and it's a puzzle.
So this is the Wizard's Guide to Pokemon. This is the only 9.8 on the planet, and the only reason why I submitted this was because there wasn't any 9.8s. My kid loved the cover, and I thought it was cool that Wizard did a guide to play in the card game, and that's all in here. But my goal for this, the fact that it's so closely tied to the Pokemon cards, my goal for this, being that it's the only 9.8 on the planet, is to sell this to Logan Paul, because he is such a lover of one-off things that there's only one of, and rarity and the Pokemon cards. So I'm gonna start a big thing to get that from him, to get him to buy that.
All you need to do is develop a chain for that slab, and you're off
Right.
and running if you want to sell it to him, man.
And the last two books from my 90s nostalgia train and my childhood, Rob and I were actually talking about it earlier, and it was funny. He said, are you a wrestling fan? And I said, not as much anymore. I still keep up with a little bit, but as a kid in the 90s, even through the mid 2000s, there was nothing better, man. You can't get any better than the 90s Attitude Era. And
I don't know. The 80s was great.
Oh, that was.
But
they're both equally good. It's just date of birth that separates everyone.
yeah.
We still had kayfabe.
Well, then I'll go with this one first, because I know this is a guy that you probably have a lot of respect for, as well as anyone who's a wrestling fan should. And that is the 9.8 Ric Flair. I believe this was a 1 in 50 from Boom Studios. So
Awesome.
I was actually able to get this by saving up gift cards that I won from Tony Sanders on the Hunt. So I only have a little bit of money into this one, but it's fairly expensive and fairly rare.
Well, it should be, because that's a styling, profiling, limousine
Yeah.
riding, jet
Got the
plane
big gold
flying.
belt.
Kiss stealing son of a gun.
Yeah.
Woo!
I love that
awesome.
you have the big gold belt there too, which I have a replica of. Best belt ever. And then my favorite wrestler, and it's a little bit controversial. Well, not as of late. As of late, everybody loves him now. But for the last 20 years, it was controversial to say that this was the greatest wrestler that's ever laced up a pair of boots. But I still believe it. To me,
Best finishing move in the Attitude Era, right there.
This guy right here
move.
is
Triple H, the game. Yeah,
I mean,
it was awesome.
As a
He's
villain,
Motorhead fan.
Once he got rid of the blue blood gimmick, it was great. The blue blood gimmick was beyond.
Yeah, for sure. Once he really came into his own as the game, I mean, to me, he's the best heel that's ever been in the business. I mean, he did so many really just terrible things to make you hate him, but he was so good at it and so believable. So, absolutely, him and Shawn Michaels, they sit at the top for me together. But I've never seen a Shawn Michaels one, but I actually got this for like $40 off eBay last year, the year before. So I was like, I probably wouldn't have bought it otherwise, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab it for that. But I'm about halfway there. So.
Yeah, that's a good break there in the action there. I will tell you, nostalgia will make a man spend a pretty penny.
For sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, hashtag nostalgia. Throw that in the chat there. We'll do ourselves a spin here for some books. In the meantime, while people are go ahead and populating that, I want to remind everybody, of course, don't forget that, goodness gracious, that OnlySlabs is nominated for 2 Comic Book Community Awards, and we'd appreciate your support and vote. Check out cbcawards.org. Also, vote for other fine people who've been in this community, or people you just like, or videos you like, or whatever. Just vote, because you can't complain if you don't vote.
Truth.
Well, you can, but it's just kind of pointless. It's like,
We can't take you seriously.
Yeah, really. Anyways, Chris, I hear a rumor that perchance you might have hit another round number and are doing another set of giveaways. What's up with that?
The rumors are true. I hit 800 subscribers for about 2 days, and then someone decided they didn't like me, and it fell to 799, and then it popped back up, and I'm comfortably above 800 now. So what I decided to do was, since I hit that numbers, have a little grow together initiative. You know, this is the brainchild of Gary B, the casual comic guy. So I borrowed his idea to spotlight 8 channels that I think everyone should be checking out, 5 of which are nominated for Best Unknown Channel for the Comic Book Community Awards, just to help spread the word on those channels so that everyone can go check them out before they, make up their mind on who they're going to vote for. And then I added 3 more channels that I personally enjoy. And so everyone, if you haven't had the chance, please go check out that video. But more importantly, subscribe to those 8 smaller channels. That the only way they can grow is by word of mouth. And I feel this is a good way to do so.
That's phenomenal. Phenomenal,
Thanks,
sir. Dustin, anything on the immediate horizon there for the Two Brothers YouTube channel?
Tonight I will actually be doing live stream our Saturday Night Comic Book Babylon. Nick won't be there, obviously, but I'm actually going to be hanging out with Lawrence from over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles. I've been watching him for a while. We talk back and forth quite a bit, and we finally were able to get a chance to sit down and hang out tonight. So we're going to be talking about he does a lot of videos concerning the comic book market. So we're just going to kind of dive into that a little bit and just hang out and talk about comic book stuff tonight. So no hot takes. No controversy. We're just going to talk about comic books tonight. So I'm looking forward to it.
That sounds great.
Looking forward to that.
All right. We got 29 out of 30 people. So I think that's like a super awesome turnout. Again, shipping included U.S. and Canada. Outside of U.S. and Canada, we'll talk. Let's go ahead and spin it. Chris, you know how we do it every single week. Wheel of Fish.
I figured it
and
was
our winner. Never could figure it out. Jason
Jay.
House, congratulations. We haven't seen Jason get a win in a while. That's good to see. All right, let's go ahead and remove that, and let's flip this around here. Let me grab the box. Okay, Dustin, you're going to be picking for him.
Okay.
So you can go number from the front, a number from the back, or we can give it some back to front action.
Okay.
We're going to do 6 pulls.
6 pulls. Has anyone ever just said grab the first 6?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We'll just alternate them front and back. Every other one.
Every other one. So the first 3 and the last 3.
Yeah. Sorry. I guess that would make more sense than having you pick one from the back, pick one from the front.
It's all the same thing, right? Yeah.
Yep.
The results are the same. All right.
Gonna end up with
there's
the same
3
one.
from the front and 1, 2, 3 from the back. All right. Oh, don't go sliding off. You stay. All right. Jason, let's see what you got here. First book up. Ultimate Spider-Man Ultimate X-Men number 34, featuring the amazing, it's not the Ultimate Spider-Man, I should say.
Is that one of those you got from me?
I don't know, maybe.
I think it is. That's
keep
kind
track.
of appropriate there. That's pretty cool.
There you go. Some of those things are purchased for that purpose. Here we go. Here's a fantastic 150th issue, The Brave and the Bold.
Oh, that's
Whitman
cool.
variant.
Yes.
That's a cool cover. I like that.
How about Hawkeye issue 2?
Right on.
Awesome. Very good.
We have the all-new Savage Avengers signed by Mirka Andolfo.
Looks like a Predator cover.
Yep, Predator variant. We have Detective Comics 374.
He's getting some awesome Batman covers.
Wow. Hunt for a Robin Killer.
And last but not least, Marvel 2-in-1, The Thing, and Iron Man.
That's awesome.
Anything
Oh.
with the Thing on it's a win.
Yeah, Thing and an old shellhead. Congratulations there, Justin. We'll get those out to you. And along with your exclusive winners only OnlySlabs magnet.
Right on.
All right. We'll do that. And before we get back into the action here, we'll remind everybody also, if you're looking for pressing, comic book pressing, the partner of the channel we have is the Rogue Trader. If you use the code FATSTACKS at checkout, you get 20% off your pressing, plus $10 is donated to C3 Comics Curing Cancer campaign. Right now, if you were to go to the Rogue Trader Utah, or you had been trying recently, just so you guys know, he was changing his website over, so it was temporarily out of commission. It's back up today or yesterday when I looked, but checkout was still not necessarily working, so you can also message him on Instagram, but he should have his the checkout function working shortly. Anywho, there we are. Business bills are paid, even though I don't get paid. So, but let's get back into some comics. What do you say?
All right. So, like I said, nostalgia is over. We're gonna get into the DC and Marvel stuff, and I don't have as much DC as I'd like to have because they've been sitting in CGC since last September. But I do have a few, and one of them is just a Swamp Thing cover that I absolutely always loved.
Oh, we got lots of love for Swamp Thing, especially the Alan Moore
good-looking
era.
covers.
Yeah.
This is one of my absolute. This might be my favorite Swamp Thing cover ever. Number 9 is a close tie with this one for me, but I love this cover. So I was hoping it would grade a little higher, but 9.6, I guess you can't really complain too much. Yeah,
I seldom do.
Awesome. That is fantastic.
Now this next book is the first comic book I ever laid my eyes on as a kid. My dad found 3 copies of it at work. He worked for a company that did demolition, and he found 3 copies of this book at work. And it was actually the first books Nick and I got graded together, and we both still have a copy, and that is The Killing Joke. So
nice.
I still have one of the copies my dad found, and it's all covered in oil and just disgusting and soaked up. But I bagged and boarded it to keep it just because of what it meant. But Nick and I ended up with a 9.8 apiece out of our first submission, so that was something that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Chris is a big fan of that book.
Big fan. I still say it's the greatest Batman story ever told. It's a nice little Alan Moore run we got going on now. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah. And this is the last DC book I have. Like I said, I wished I had the other ones because they're super cool. But this one I picked up at Lexington Comic-Con this year before he passed away. And I had been thinking about grabbing one of these. And I was able to get this copy for less than what a unsigned copy went for. And that is the Batman 227 signed by Neil Adams. So
nice.
Wonderful.
And I actually got to hold the Batman 31. They had one of those as well, so that was super cool to be able to buy this one and hold the original. So I was super psyched about that. I got a great deal on this.
Now, Drew, before you put that down, would you mind reading what's on the right side of that label then?
Yeah, Detective Comics number 31, cover swipe, classic cover, hanging panels, and Robin backup story.
Awesome.
And I do agree with my man Cave. Robin's totally jacking up this cover, bro. We got to get Robin off this cover. What we do?
It's like you almost want to get color forms cut out or something, right? For anyone who remembers color forms.
Sad but true.
Right? So I'll get into some first appearances here. This is controversial first appearance. X-Men Annual 14.
There's nothing controversial about it.
I mean, it came out first, but they're not going to put that on the. They don't actually put the month on the label anymore. They used to. I've seen copies with the month on the label, but they don't do it anymore because then it would contradict what the.
It was the first released appearance,
right?
If you want to avoid all controversy, that's the easiest way to refer to it. It's the first released appearance, and the other is the first chronological story appearance.
Right. Because he's in like 15 panels.
Yeah, either way, it's got Arthur Adams on the cover. It doesn't matter. It's beautiful. Yeah.
And just to not let anyone leave anyone out, for those of you that are
There you
more of
go.
a fan of this one,
As we
that one
know, the don't need to squabble over it. Just get them both.
right. So I bought this one raw, or not too long after I first started, and this was the first big book I bought. I bought it raw for $90, and I didn't tell my wife about it for 2 weeks because I knew she would kill me at the thought that I spent that much money on a comic book, because she kind of got aggravated. I spent $20 on it at one point, which you'll see as we go down the line here that well, she's wishing I would only spend $90 on a comic.
Every book is always that much.
Now,
I
D, did
swear.
you have that clean and press before you got it into a 9.8? No, you
Mm-mm.
just sent it in the way it was and it came back
Yeah.
that way. Good
Yeah,
for you,
so
man. Good for you.
that book, The Killing Jokes, Nick and I sent 3 Killing Jokes in. We gave one away for our 100 subscriber giveaway. We kept both of the other ones.
Mhm.
So The Killing Jokes, the Uncanny X-Men 266, and that Hollow Foil Mortal Kombat were all in the very first submission we ever did. None of them were pressed and clean.
Wow.
Had no idea about it at the time. This is the only CBCS book I have in my collection, and it drives me nuts that this slab does not match the others. Not because I like one more than the other, but when I first got into this, we were sending stuff to CGC, and I like everything on my slab wall to match, or it gives me some issues in my brain. But I'll let it slide because it is a 9.8, and I got an awesome deal from my buddy Sean. Some of y'all know him as Yahweh, but 9.8 in the first Deadpool there. So
No way.
And don't forget
way.
Gideon. It's always about Gideon.
First fake domino.
when I
Yeah.
first saw this book, I couldn't find Deadpool on the cover. I was like, he's not even on the cover. I mean, unless you like really up on it. I mean, he kind of gets lost in the mix there a little bit to me. But yeah, I mean, super cool one to have, even if it is in a non-matching case with the rest of my books.
Oh,
Marvel,
there you go.
Marvel Premiere
Nice.
28.
Yes.
I got this book before people actually cared about it, and I was so
That's
happy
always the
about
best
that.
time to get them.
Yeah, I mean, I paid $40 for it raw, and
Wow.
and at that point, it was so off of the radar. I used it on the hunt against Biggie, and he just absolutely destroyed and dismantled the fact that I used the book. But now if I use it, people like the book and know what it is, so I think it would do better. But yeah, coming back at 7.0 white pages for a $40 book, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arguably now one of the hottest books of 2022. That is a I shouldn't say
Yeah.
monster book. It's a fire
Well,
book.
you
It really
can't
is.
say monster book. It's
Yeah.
pun intended.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. The
And-
video
and-
game, the whole 9 yards. That book
Yeah.
is spiking because pick your poison. The movies, the video game. Yep.
Yeah, and my biggest thing for buying it was this guy right here. Huge Ghost Rider fan. You know, I've loved Harley Davidsons and motorcycles and stuff like that. So I gravitated to that character immediately when I got into comics. This book that I'm going to show here, Hulk Annual, issue number 1. Come on, focus. Sometimes this
Yeah.
camera, they aggravate me. You spend all this money on them, they don't want to. Then they just want to focus on your face. So anyway, this book here,
It's almost like they were built that way to focus on
Right.
the person, right? And you're like, damn it.
I had seen someone show this book, I think on Comigories or something, and I saw the signature out here, and I was like, that is probably the most perfect placement of a signature on any book I've ever seen. And I've always loved Jim Steranko's artwork, and this is one of my favorite covers. And I wished I had been able to buy this one before the big comic spike, because for what I paid for this one, I could have got like a 7.0. But I was happy just to have the book and have the signature where I wanted it for a 4.5. You know, it's not going anywhere. It's going to sit on the comic wall. So, but that's one of my favorite books I have for sure.
Before you put that down, a lot of people don't realize, all they see is him lifting the Hulk. They don't realize that he's crushing some of the Inhumans letters with his foot there. See,
Yep.
that is the pure Steranko, in my opinion. Pure
Oh, yeah.
Steranko. That is awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
Love it. Great cover.
Yeah, I got to talk to him at Heroes Con this year for a little bit. He was super cool. Super cool. I was worried that they said don't meet your heroes, but that guy, he was a cool cat to hang out with.
Sharp dress too,
I'm
right?
choosing to
Oh, yeah.
ignore,
Oh yeah.
choosing to ignore Taylor Winder.
Yeah, yeah. Backstory, check out the previous Only Slabs. Okay. Simon?
Another character that has definitely gotten a little more love here lately, Submarination #1, another one I bought raw years ago, and came back a 7.0 off white pages, but I've always thought
19
Submariner looked super cool.
1968. It's got a few years under its belt. It's allowed
Yeah.
to not be as crisp as it once was.
Right? It's got a little foxing, tanning going on, but this character here I've always thought was so underrated, being that he's Marvel comic book royalty. This guy was one of the first,
100%.
and such an awesome character design. And now that we're reading through the Fantastic Four, Nick and Justin and I, he's a savage in those first 10 issues, man.
He's
like
not a nice guy.
Yeah.
No,
Anybody
he
who
is
said
not a nice
Submariner
guy.
sucked in the Silver Age and stuff, like, nah, like he was cool, dude. He was.
He's
he was
always
definitely a force.
he's not a superhero necessarily all the time.
Right.
You know, he cares about himself and his world. He's very much just slightly more heroic than Doom in reality.
I was
Right.
literally
He
just
cares
gonna
about his
say,
people and his world, and you know
that's it. And I was literally took the words out of my mouth. I'm like, he's like Dr. Doom without the mask and slightly more powerful.
a little less clothing.
Your brother released an Instagram story or a video a little while ago saying that Marvel should bring him out almost in a villainous way, but they probably won't in the MCU. But yeah, if they brought him out in a villainous way, then they're doing the character correctly. If he comes out and just rips apart Wakanda and then goes back to his home, that's true Namor.
Yeah.
And like
I've said that for a long time, you know, that if they don't bring him in and have him just be a complete and total just, you know, D-bag and pompous and have this attitude.
True jerk.
Yeah, like he carries an attitude in the comics, and if that's not, like, I don't think we're gonna get that. But how many other guys can come in and beat up your brother, your future husband, your best friend, and then when they want to beat you down, she's still gonna turn around and defend you? I mean, he has Sue Storm all messed up, man.
Yeah,
and I love that about it. I love that.
Yeah.
This is another one that I picked up at a con.
Love Golden Age. I'm not Golden Age, but I love Gold Armor. Iron Man.
Yep. And to me, this was I like this cover better than 39 and 40. I think it looks so cool. And when I actually traded a book for this, and at the time I kind of screwed myself over because I didn't realize the book I was trading, which was a I don't even remember what it was now. Oh, it was the first appearance of Constantine. I had a raw copy, and I had paid like $85 for it. And this was like 2 years ago. Well, that weekend, that book went through the roof, and I traded it straight up to the guy for this. And at that time, I felt like I had screwed myself over. Now, not so much. But awesome Jack Kirby cover here. I'm a big lover of Kirby's cover art, which you will definitely see some more of here in just a few. One of my absolute favorite characters, Sabretooth. I got to get this.
Thank you for saying Sabretooth and not Iron Fist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I love my villains. I love the villains. And Sabretooth, you know, he's one of those guys. He's an absolute just savage guy. Show up on Wolverine's birthday, whatever bar he's in, kill everybody inside just to piss him off enough to fight him. I mean, you know,
he's just a misunderstood Canadian. That's okay.
Yeah. This is one that I got this for like $200 a couple of years ago, and so I did really well on that. I gotta get it reholdered. It's in that old case, and
that's nice. A lot of X-Men fans don't realize that Sabretooth's first appearance wasn't even in a mutant book to begin with.
Right.
That's a pretty special book.
Yep. Yeah, I love it. I would love to upgrade. That would be one that I would love to have in a 9.8 for sure.
Oh,
along with this one here would be super cool to have a 9.8.
Wow.
I don't know if I'll get there on this one, but Ghost Rider #1, 8.0 white pages. This one and the Iron Fist I also bought from my buddy Sean, who I got that New Mutants 98 from. And every time I buy a book from him, I get it super, super cheap. I pay GPA for it, whatever it's going for, but it doesn't take long and the book goes through the roof. I paid like $500 for this book last summer. And yeah, it's definitely I think it's definitely went up since then. But me being a huge Ghost Rider fan, I had a raw copy and he had this one for sale. So I moved some stuff around and was able to make this one happy. I was very, very excited about that.
True blue chip will never ever go down.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For sure. Only to be outdone by probably the most surprising and mind-blowing AOK I've ever gotten, which was from Man Cave, and I did a video on it, opening the box. I did not know what was in the box, and when I opened it, I lost every bit of my mind because I could not believe this man sent me a Marvel Spotlight number 5,
Oh my goodness,
along with a Fantastic Four number 55 raw copy, a Captain America 106 raw copy, because he knows how much I love Jack Kirby, and then of course I got my Turok Club membership book. So, but this right here, if you guys have never seen the video of me opening this up,
Wow.
and you want a good laugh, go watch that video because yeah, I went nuts whenever I opened this. I couldn't believe it. 3.0 white pages.
It doesn't matter what the grade is. It could be a 1.8. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was just blown away.
Okay. D, would you mind reading what's on the right side of that label then? That's an incredibly important comic book to Marvel history.
Mm-hmm. Origin and first appearance of Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze. First appearance of Roxanne Simpson.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
I have thanked this man over and over and over again for this, and I will continue to do so every time I show it off. Thank you so much, brother. He knows that that really, really meant a lot to me for sure, because that's not a book at that time that I thought I would ever be able to put my hands on. So
Doc is a special kind of human being. Let's be honest.
That is for sure. For sure. Now, Chris, I know you're getting antsy because you were waiting for a specific character.
Come on, man.
And I only have 3 slabs of this character, but they are all certified bangers. And this one right here, a lot of people don't even know about. So this is Captain America Living Legend issue number 2, which is an homage to the old Tales from the Crypt style books. And this was a 2013 release, and it was some kind of an incentive cover. But it is I'd never seen it before, and I saw it at a comic shop, and I thought he was crazy because he was asking $1,100 for it. And I looked up the census on it, and then I tried to find one on eBay, and there was no copies anywhere on eBay that were less than $1,500. So I was able to make some trades for some books that I had basically bought off the shelf and got graded. So I have very little into this, but I love this cover. I'm a big Red Skull fan.
Yeah, it's a very golden age, right? With the pop out windows and the fear down the side, and the
it's a nice homage for what Timely did to Captain America near the end of his run.
Yeah,
where basically Captain America was just on the cover of a horror book at the end, right?
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I've never seen that book before. I actually didn't even know that existed.
2 or
Living Legend issue number 2. Yep.
Yeah, there it is. All right, December 2013. Abby Gronoff on that book.
We got the Harley ad on the back, so that was just extra credit for me.
Yeah, about $700. One sold back in 2021.
Okay. Yeah. I had like 4 somethings killing the children, random 9.8s that I bought off the shelf.
Wow, there's only 21 on census. Yeah, that's a
wow.
Yeah, that one right there. I love that one. I haven't seen anybody else show that one off anywhere before. So
with only 21 of them out there total, and of those 16 are 9.8s, but there's only been at least from what I'm seeing, there's 2 sales in the last 2 years, and both of them were $700.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a cool book that I was so happy to be able to make a trade for, and then have barely anything in it. It was super
great
cool.
homage.
And my absolute favorite Captain America cover. Captain America issue 100. I bought this one raw at the same time I bought the Submariner issue number 1. And yeah, I absolutely love this book. This is one I would love to get in a higher grade, but I'd love to have that old retired Captain America label on it. I've seen a couple of books graded with it, but I don't know why they won't give us another one, man. It's been killing me for years.
It's really weird. Some of the character labels, the way they rotate them, and they get rid of some because like right now there's like there's no Miles or regular classic Spider-Man label. I
think Miles they said they were going to get rid of him, but he's still there.
No, he's not now. I was doing a submission yesterday of a bunch of Miles number 1s, and it's gone. It's like your only spider options, like you can have a Venom, you can have a Ghost Spider, and you can have a black suit Spider-Man.
Wars, yeah,
that's it.
They let him hang around a little longer than they said.
No red and blue, no Miles. Wow. Yeah, it's really weird. Oh, but don't worry, you can get a Kamala Khan.
Yeah,
I caught some flack when I said that. I just don't have. I
don't have a problem with there being a Kamala Khan label. I'm just not submitting any Kamala Khan.
Right.
That's all.
And I don't think there's anywhere near as many people that are as compared to Miles or Spider-Man.
But in the upside, it saved me $10 in reality because $5 for the label, and it would have been another submission form. Yeah. So it saved me $10. So there you are.
All right, I got 4 books left, and Rob's probably sitting here thinking I told this joker 30, and I went a little over that, but
no, that's okay.
This was my first book that I considered an actual true grail that I purchased. Now, the Marvel Spotlight 5 was given to me before I was able to get this, but first actual grail book that I purchased was this one here. I got it from Haven Comics that I spoke about earlier. Josh over there gave me a great deal on this.
Mm-hmm. I watched the video.
Yeah, I love this book so much, and I think it is. I still think it's kind of undervalued for what it is. But first Silver Age appearance of Captain America, Steve Rogers, and a Submariner appearance. So again, with
that book
beautiful
changes
Kirby
the game.
Art. Oh yeah, beautiful Kirby art, and
he's got the beautiful 70s transparent shield.
Yeah.
No,
I've never noticed that.
Yeah. Where would Marvel be today without Captain America?
Right.
That changed the game right there.
Absolutely. And this book here leads into the next book, because when this guy shows up in the Avengers, it causes some issues for the Hulk. And that leads into this story, which is one of my favorite reads in comic books. Fantastic 425. This is the first solo fight between these two guys. So the Hulk had a mix up, a little bit of a scuffle with the Fantastic Four in issue 12, but this is the first time you get these two going one-on-one. Yep. And it goes from, first page to last page. They just are going at it. And Hulk is upset because he's basically been exiled from the Avengers kind of deal. And I love the thing. I started reading Fantastic Four last year because I'd gotten to the point where I didn't really know where I wanted to go with my comic collecting. So I decided I wanted to start reading some of the older stuff and buy books based on what I'm reading that I'm enjoying, instead of just buying it because it's a key or a cover or somebody said to buy it. And this was one of those. I read it and I had to have a copy of it. And I actually set a GPA high at that time for this book in this grade. And I didn't care because this was the only copy that was in the range I could afford at the time. But beautiful, beautiful Jack Kirby story or Jack Kirby cover. And an awesome story. If you've never read this is definitely one of the best stories I've read in the Silver Age so far. Yeah. So far.
And controversially, I'm Team Ben. So I'm.
Oh, same here. Same here. Yeah. I the more I read of the Fantastic Four, the more I believe that Ben Grimm embodies everything that I am. He is his temper, the way he just wants to fly off the handle as soon as it's about to hit the fan without thinking first. Swing now, think about it later. Everything about him is I'm like, I'm the Thing. It's pretty cool.
You think of yourself as a hideous monster? What?
Well, he has beautiful
Sometimes.
blue eyes, Rob.
I do have beautiful blue eyes, though. I do have
Well,
those.
so does Ben.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait to find the issue when he first mentions that too. I'm gonna buy that one when I get to. I haven't gotten there yet in my reading, but when I do, I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one here, like I said, I didn't know if I was gonna get one of those or not, and I hope you don't take it back when you realize it's a golden record reprint.
The GRR.
It is a high grade golden record reprint though, and these are nothing to slouch at anymore.
No.
No.
And
No.
I can't come close to touching a first print real Fantastic Four. But I mean, this book was printed in 1966. You're talking 4 years after the original was printed. I mean, so an 8.0, and that's still, to me, that's still a big deal. So
that's how I feel about like some of the flashback comics where they reprint some of the golden age books that were from the 70s. You know, it's like I got a 9.6.
Yeah,
you know, it's from this. It's a reprint, but it's reprint from 1972.
Right.
You know, it's still
the fact that it was able to maintain that condition for that long just definitely says a lot.
Yep. Awesome.
So, but yeah, like I said, this is the closest I'll get to that number one.
Well, that you can get a facsimile too. I mean,
yeah, I've got a facsimile over on my spinner rack.
That's your reader copy, right?
It's a perfect copy too, other than the fact it doesn't have the price stamp on it.
Yeah. That's the price stamp and the issue number one,
right,
not being on it is the only thing that really separates it. I mean, which is good because that would create an issue with reselling. With people.
Biggie's not happy with you now.
I really want to get a record to go with it because I would love to just be able to sit and
the
play
original
the
set. Yeah,
and I've seen a couple on eBay, but the records themselves so expensive, like $300-400 just for the record sometimes.
Yeah, but then you have the set.
Yeah. So I want to hear it. I want to hear the record. I want to hear who are they doing sound effects? Sound effects, like what goes on the record. I've never heard one. So
those were, I mean, as a kid when I was growing up, I mean, those stories on records, I mean, that was like everything. I mean, I still joke half the time when I'll be talking to people, I'll be all, well, you'll know it's time to turn the page when you hear.
So this is the last book, and this was another one that I only wanted because, and I had never ever would have said that I wanted this book in my collection. I hated the show, and I didn't even watch the show when it was popular because I was so sick of hearing everybody freaking talk about it all the time. I refused to even watch it. But I finally started reading the books when they started reprinting them from issue number one, and I fell so in love with this series that I had to buy a copy of Walking Dead issue number one. And I bought this as a 9.6 PGX at Lexington Comic-Con last September. And I got it pressed and clean. I looked at it and I was like, there's no way that this is not a candidate for a 9.8. There's nothing there. Not a spine tick. It doesn't even have bindery tears, top or bottom. The corners, these are the cleanest corners I've ever seen. And it came back a 9.8. So I was super excited. And then when I did the video, one of the viewers pointed out that it is the Black Mature Readers label, which apparently makes it less than 7% of the print run. Because the rest of the print run has a white Mature Readers label. So apparently, that adds some value and rarity or scarceness to it. But books like this that I picked up because I actually fell in love with the comic through reading the stories. That's the kind of stuff that I've really focused on instead of just picking up any key because it's a key or because it's hot. I feel like I have a lot more appreciation for the stuff when I can look at it and I'm like, oh man, I remember reading that, or I love that series, and being able to actually talk about it. If someone says, oh man, you got the Walking Dead number one, like, are the comics any good? Oh, I don't know, I didn't read them. I just bought it because it's Walking Dead number one. Now I can actually be like, yeah, man, the show sucked, but the comics are great, man. You know, I can actually talk about it, and I've found a lot more joy in that part of the collecting personally for me than the way I did before.
TJ.
And you're
Yeah.
my favorite. You're my favorite one, man. You're my favorite reader. I love TJ, man. He's a good dude.
Well, thank you very much for coming on and bringing those and sharing with us a little piece
Absolutely.
of, especially I like the fact that the way you split it up, even if people didn't get all super excited about the first half here, this is what it's about, is getting to know the collectors and getting to understand what books get them excited and what what they're passionate about. And it doesn't always have to be those grail books that most people think are unreachable and untouchable. So thank you for bringing it, recentering us after some of the guests we've had on this summer, and remind everybody that if you've ever thought about coming on the show, but we're afraid that, hey, this is what it's about, and would love to have you on. There's only a few dates left unbooked for this calendar year. There's a couple dates in November. Most of December is booked already, and we're all booked all the way through October. So if you're interested, hit us up. Hit me up on IG at robs.fatstacks or email at robs.fatstacks@gmail.com. Oh, he's got another book to show here.
So
there you go. First print. We like that.
Oh, no. I sold the first print actually this week, but I'm going to give this book away if that's okay.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So this is
you want to do it as your own giveaway, or you're going to do a piggyback here? Oh, is that a facsimile?
Yeah, it's just a facsimile.
Oh, okay.
But we got dubbed the 9.2 crew after that Mortal Kombat book. So I held on to this one. I held on this one to do a giveaway at some point. So I thought this would be a good time since it is a slab show. So this was I will tell you guys, if you wanted to, you could crack it and press it and clean it and probably hit the 9.8, because I just threw it in a pre-screen because I was one book short. And but like I said, being that it's a 9.2 and that grade and the 9.2 crew is a part of our stick, I figured that would be kind of a neat just little giveaway to do. So whoever wins it can just hit me up on Instagram and I'll get your address and send it to you.
Okay, great. Cool. Do you want to do a separate poll for that, or you want to piggyback it on this final poll? Either way is fine.
We can do a separate one. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to participate.
So let's do the regular poll first, because I have that one queued up here, and then we'll come and we'll do the final giveaway here. That way people want to stick around. It's kind of secretive that way. All right, there, guys. Go ahead and hit hashtag #SlabberDay for the raw books. I know it doesn't make any sense, but that's just what we're doing. We'll do a 6-book poll. There might be a chance of slabs in there, because there are some chances for slabs inside the box there, as well as some other stuff. Want to remind everybody, please, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and why not hit the notification button? That way you won't ever miss an episode of Only Slabs. Next week, we want to encourage you to come out and join us as Karate Kevin comes and joins us on the show next week. He'll be back. He was on the show under its previous name. And of course, remind everybody, if you want some Only Slabs merch or Fat Stacks merch, go to fatstacksmerch.com. All proceeds from the merch shop go to Comics Curing Cancer campaign. Nothing goes into my pockets there. So while you're hitting a hashtag #SlabberDay, also what the hell, I'll also remind you, Monday, my channel here on this channel, Monday mail call. Thursday we'll be doing a Southern Comic Geek mystery box unboxing, and then we're back again on Saturday for this show. All right, that's exciting. Lots of fun stuff. I see the #SlabberDays rolling in. We got 29 thus far out of 37. We'll give a couple people. Anything else you guys want to, Chris? Anything else you want to promote there before I turn it over to Dustin here?
Just tomorrow, watch for the latest edition of Two Cool Guys, 2 Odd Picks, and tomorrow evening I'll be on Legion Comics channel taking a spoiler look back at the week in pulp culture. I'm sure he's going to be wanting to talk about Game of Thrones, She-Hulk, and Lord of the Rings, and we'll talk about some comics as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate you watching it in replay. Replays are just as good as in live, except at least you're here for a chance to win. Dustin, how about you? Anything else that you coming up that you want to talk about before we pull some books?
No, that's it.
Right.
Right now we're kind of sporadic with content. Definitely doing our live shows on Saturdays, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Tonight it'll be at 8:30 though, and I'll have a guest tonight, Lawrence
there's
from
a lot
Mighty
of stuff
Comics
going
and
on
Collectibles.
Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
Busy day.
Yeah, I mean Saturday night. I mean, you got your show going there. I thought I saw that Justin was going to put on something. I know we got Remy's place going on. We got the Spine Ticks guys. Let's set up multiple TVs and try to run them all simultaneously there. Oof, just to keep up. I'm excited. I just found out that there is another. I just last couple weeks ago was at a little local San Jose con. It was like even though I'm in the big Silicon Valley, there's like this little hole in the wall Comic Con. I just found out there's another one in my town, Santa Clara, that's coming up in like 2 weeks that I just found out about. And I'm like, it's a 2-dayer. So I'm like pumped. I have to go check that out before the Fan Expo comes. But
right on.
Let's go ahead and pull this. We got 34 entries here. We'll spin that and see who is our winner. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the final one. So if you don't win, don't go away, because don't forget, we're going to be pulling for that slab. Warlord. Congratulations, sir. All right. Let's go ahead and remove that and move this over here. And yeah. All right. Chris.
All right, let's get some fire for Warlord. We'll go back to front. Now, Rob, can you grab those 2 books? Back to front again. Now, take those 2 books. And since today is my mother's birthday, we're going to go 3.
Congratulations and happy birthday, Mama Vet.
3 from the front and 3 from the back.
All right. All right. First up, we have The Question.
The Questions. Nice painted cover.
Next up, winner of a Comic Vet keychain.
Ooh. Yeah.
Catwoman #1 from Rebirth.
Right on.
And I got a lot of glare going on today.
Yeah, very nice. All right, congratulations, Warlord. Now you can dress up your keys really pretty. Nice.
Anybody heard of this book?
That Justin
House
Birch
of
may
Slaughter?
have.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of been slaughtering all over the place. Oh, trade paperback. Spider-Man Bloodline.
That cover should be used a lot more. That style of that cover. Anyway.
Yeah. Very cool. We have, holy cow. All right. So Justice League Incarnate, issue 4 out of 5. This one is signed by Dennis Culver.
Right on.
That's a first appearance in that book as well, I believe.
And this is the one I'm really surprised. Why am I giving away this book?
I often wonder that as we go through the list. But okay.
Silver Surfer Rebirth #1, signed by Don Ho.
That was an awesome story.
What an awesome cover!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's killer.
Most of the Silver Surfer miniseries have been terrific stories.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Warlord. Make sure that you reach out to me on Instagram or on email, just in case I don't have your information. It is very simply robs.fatstacks. I'm trying to type it so I can change my name right. Either at robfatstacks or robs.fatstacks@gmail. Either way you want to do it. reach out to me, give me your ship to address, and we will get those out to you. All right. Having said that, did you want to just do a hashtag or did you want to do something else there?
No, that's
Dustin?
fine.
All right. And what would you like? Or shall I just make something up?
9-2 crew.
9-2 crew. 9-2 crew. All right. And we will add this to the streamer. So you guys, the 9-2 crew, because we can't, I don't know if we could do decimals. I didn't think about it. Oh, well, it's 9-2. That's how it is. Just in case any of you were trying to type it ahead of time to make you have to redo it again. So this is for the Edge of the Spider-Verse facsimile.
Mm-hmm.
The first appearance of Gwen Stacy as Spider-Gwen.
And I think I
Yeah,
still have
yes,
some
did
of
you
our
see that too?
9-2 crew stickers, so I'm going to throw that in
Oh,
too.
nice. See, congratulations. So we'll throw those up there. We got 25 out of 28. I'll give you guys another 10 seconds to get that in there. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at that. 32 out of 34, and we're drawing. Our winner is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Wow, Trev the shipping guru.
Nice.
There he is. I knew it.
Nice.
Well, if I had known
Hit
it, I
me
would
up
have
on
said it in
Instagram,
advance.
man.
I would have called it in advance, but I didn't. So there you are. All right.
Congratulations,
Beautiful.
Trev.
Yes, thank you very much. All congratulations to all our winners. Again, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Never miss an episode of Only Slabs. Next week, join us again. Karate Kevin coming on the show. Only Slabs, your place for all the sexiest slab in action you're ever going to see in one place. There you go. Don't forget to hit up the merch store, hit up follow, and our guest today, Dustin, follow him. Make sure, oh, yeah, we got the wrong banner rolling. Make sure you're following him. All the information is down below at Two Brothers Comics. And of course, check out their Linktree, check out their YouTube channel. Chris the Comic Vet, of course, also his information down below. Make sure you like and subscribe to him. Or, check out his 800 subscriber giveaway. Watch the video, follow the instructions so that you can win. Chris always gives away a ton of stuff. It's like, and he's shipping it from Canada, so you're always wondering how the man can afford to ship all this stuff out. But yeah, there you are. All right, guys. Thanks again for coming on out. That's going to do it for us this week. Appreciate you all very much. Again, Dustin, thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate you coming in, especially since we, if anybody doesn't know, we had a gap show up. Somebody had to swap to a different date because of family stuff that came up, and Dustin jumped right in and was able to fill a gap that I needed, and so that was awesome. Thank you very much, sir.
Yep, glad to be here, man. Appreciate it.
All right, until next week, guys. Make sure you collect what you want. Don't listen to any of us. At least I'm a fat man with a fat sack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.